Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today's topic is mechanical energy and its conservation. First of all, we will try to define mechanical energy. In when we have discussed the energy, in that we have already defined this mechanical energy. It is the energy when a body which a body possesses by virtue of its motion or when force is applied, it changes its position. Such type of energy is called mechanical energy. In generally, we say mechanical energy, the body which is in motion, that type of energy is called kinetic energy, and the energy possessed by body to change its position or configuration, that is called potential energy. We have discussed these. That means mechanical energy is जो आपके सिलेबस में है, it is of a body is the sum of kinetic and potential energy of a body. The total energy, the sum of kinetic and potential energy of a body is known as that. It is called mechanical energy. When we define mechanical energy, and we will see its conservation. Mechanical energy, and we define it. Mechanical energy, it is the sum of the mechanical energy the mechanical energy, suppose is defined by E of a body, is the sum of kinetic energy. Suppose kinetic energy is defined by K, and potential energy, it is U of a body. That means अगर टोटल kinetic energy में रिप्रेजेंट करो E से, if I sum of kinetic and potential energy, the total energy in the system, that means the kinetic energy plus potential energy in the system is known as it is mechanical energy. The total energy, that means the mechanical energy remains conserved, that it does not change, its value does not. Total the value, of course, when we apply force, energy is transported from one system, one form of energy transported to another, but it can be neither created nor destroyed. In other sense, we say that the total energy remains conserved, it does not change. How can we say it? We will try to find out it also. That means the total energy, this is the total mechanical energy, that is mechanical energy remains conserved. How can we say? We will try to see how the total energy of the system, that means mechanical energy of the system, remains conserved. That means we can go for conservation of mechanical energy, how it remains conserved. That means if we suppose this is the ground here, this is ground. Suppose a body is at point A, above the surface of the earth at point A. Okay, at body, the height from the ground, suppose this height from ground, suppose the ground point is C, suppose the height from A to C, it is called H. Okay, if body is freely falling from that, freely fall मतलब ऊपर से ही नीचे आती है, ग्रेविटी की तरफ आ रहे हैं, that means it strikes the earth, it strikes the ground. Okay, suppose we take another point here at B is another point. The distance covered from A to B, suppose it is x. The distance from, when body is freely falling from A to B, the distance from A to B is x. Total distance from A to C is h. That means this distance from B to C is h minus x. I hope you have got it. H minus x. Total distance I have taken a ground. So see the point on the ground. We are taking a point A above the surface of the ground. The height between A and C is equal to h. And if a body is freely falling from A, body of mass m is freely falling freely falling from A. When it reaches to a point B, suppose the distance from A to B is equal to x. Therefore, we know that total distance is equal to h. This distance is equal to h minus x. We can say, how can we consider? We can first let m be the mass of the body held at point A. जो मैंने ये पॉइंट ए पे बॉडी की इसका मास मैंने m कंसिडर किया है. मास हेल्ड एट पॉइंट ए एट ए हाइट h above the surface of above the surface of ground, and we say body is at rest at A. Body is at rest at A. A पे भी rest पे. That means body is here. It is lying here. A body of mass m. It is raised at a height h above the surface. It is at rest. मुझे मैकेनिकल एनर्जी बताना है A पे. We know that mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. That means total energy, mechanical energy यहाँ क्या होना चाहिए? Mechanical energy I have to find out at point B. I have to find out the mechanical energy at point C also. At point C also. At point C. At point C also. Okay. So we have to find out that total energy remains conserved. That is mechanical energy at point A is equal to mechanical energy at point B is equal to mechanical energy at point C. At A, so kinetic energy of a body. Kinetic energy of a body. Kinetic energy of a body. Excuse me, just here stool. It has some energy. That means we have. That means when we have changed the position of the body, it is energy. That means the energy. What is the kinetic energy of a body at point A? We know that kinetic energy is a body. It is the energy possessed by a body due to its state of motion. Kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 of mv square, if you remember previous. But the body is at rest at point A. When the body is at rest, it does not have any velocity. Therefore, kinetic energy at point A is kinetic energy is equal to 0. Because body is having a mass, but it does not have any velocity. Therefore, is equal to 0. Or we can write simply is equal to 1/2 of mv square, 1/2 of m0 square. That is equal to 0. Potential energy. How body has gained the potential energy? When we raise the body above the surface of it is the energy body due to it is position from freely fall. Gravitational potential energy, if you remember the previous class, it is called mgh. That means potential energy of body at A is equal to mgh. Total energy क्या बनती है? Total energy, that means total mechanical energy. Total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to 0 plus mgh is equal to mgh. That means total energy at point A is equal to mgh. Total energy. That means kinetic energy plus total energy. Total energy मुझे यहाँ भी मिलना चाहिए mgh. इस point पे भी रहना चाहिए mgh. We will see at different points. That is the conservation of energy. Now we will, if you remember the figure here, this point A. Now we will try to find out at point C. At C. But when a body is falling from, let a body falls freely under gravity. When it strikes the ground, it has some velocity. Let the velocity of body is v. When body is freely falling from point A, when it reaches to the ground, it will gain the velocity at point. When it strikes with the ground, body has some velocity. That the velocity of the body is c. That means let a body falls freely under gravity. That a body falls freely under gravity. When it strikes the ground at C. let its velocity is v. We know the equation of motion. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. Here a is g, s is height is h. If you remember this height, 2as. V is the final velocity. That means v is here at when it strikes at point C. A is the initial velocity. Initial velocity is 0 because body is rest at point A. Therefore, v square minus 0 square is equal to 2gh. We can say v square is equal to 2gh. So we have find out the value of v square is equal to 2gh. Now kinetic energy at C is equal to 1 half of mv square as per formula, 1 half of mv square. So 1 half of m. What is the value of v square? In 2gh. 2 and 2 cancel. Kinetic energy at C is equal to mgh. But potential energy at C, when a body strikes at point C, it reaches the ground. That means it does not have any potential energy. Potential energy is body when a body is raised above the surface of the earth. That means when it strikes that potential energy, because its height becomes 0, mgh, height becomes 0. That potential energy at C. Potential energy at C is equal to mgh. H is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. Therefore, total energy क्या किसके बराबर? Total energy at C is equal to 0 plus mgh. Mgh is equal to mgh. Total energy at point A is also mgh. Here, total energy at C is also mgh. Now we will try to find out at B, this point. At point B, if it becomes it is again mgh, that means that this is the conservation of energy. That means the total energy, the mechanical energy, remains conserved at any point. Of course, when there is a transfer of energy from one form to another, but the total energy of the system remains conserved. At point B, we will try to see at point B. At point B, there is a different velocity. Let v1 is the velocity of the body at point B. Here, let v1 is the velocity of body at point B. Here, point B lies here. Okay. We know that equation. The v1 square is equal to minus u square is equal to 2g. height यहाँ से यहाँ गए A पे B के दरमियान कितनी हाइट है? If you remember, it is x. A पे B के दरमियान x 2gx. v1 square is equal to minus 0 square. 0 is the initial velocity. 2gx. So we get v1 square is equal to 2gx. v1 square is equal to, what is the kinetic energy at C? Therefore, kinetic energy at B is equal to 1 half of m v1 square is equal to 1 half of m v1 square. 1 half of m. What is the value of v1 square? That is equal to 2gx. This and this cancel is equal to mgx. So kinetic energy of a body at point B is equal to this point is equal to mgx. Now we will try to see potential energy. Potential energy at B. As per formula, potential energy of B is equal to mgh. H is the height above the surface of the earth. Height is here h minus x. Because potential energy is the height above the surface of the earth. Above the surface of the earth is h minus x. वो height x के जब वो body गिरती. When we consider the potential energy, it is the height above the surface. That's called mgx. mg h minus x. That means potential energy at B is equal to mg h minus x. When we go mgh minus mgx. What is the total energy? Therefore, total energy at B is equal to kinetic energy plus total kinetic energy किसके बराबर है? mgx plus potential energy किसके बराबर है? mgh minus mgx. Minus mgx cancel. mgh. That means total energy at point B is equal to mgh. Total energy of a body at point A is equal to mgh. Total energy of a body at point B is equal to mgh. Total energy of a body at point C is equal to mgh. This means the total energy of a body remains conserved at each point. This is called conservation of the mechanical energy. Or we can say, therefore, total energy total energy remains conserved. Total energy remains I hope you have got it. Thank you very much. Inshallah, we'll meet in the next class.